Last one is yesterday on Wednesday. Jim Comey's daughter, who's a member of the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York, was fired. It's not clear why she was fired. Some people are speculating maybe this is an opportunity because she prosecuted the Maxwell case. Maybe this is an opportunity for her, for the president's team to say this whole thing was set up by the Comeys. What do you think of that theory, that could be the reason she was fired, would be to begin to lay the predicate for that argument?
That one I don't know about. I'm as mystified by the Maureen Comey firing as anyone, because if you wanted to get rid of her, why wouldn't you have just done it in the initial fell swoop? A lot of DOJ attorneys have been fired. Many. Now, granted, she was handling the Diddy case, so maybe they thought we can't do it during the Diddy case, and she lost that case. She got a minor conviction, but that case was lost. But you did see, I mean, I saw it on my feed too, during the course of that trial, many like diehard MAGA supporters don't trust her and believe like she's in on the Epstein fix, and didn't believe that she would vigorously prosecute Diddy either. And so it could just be throwing the base a bone. But right now, like, the timing of it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know, question mark on that one.
I said she did the Maxwell case. Did she do the Maxwell case, or did she do the Epstein case, or did she do both?
She actually, I don't know the answer to that.
I'm trying to remember. She did one of them. She's involved in the general topic. I want your view on this. I view Comey, if you took like the pantheon of MAGA villains, like Comey's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yes.
He is. So if the president hopes to tamp this down, if he needs to, if you're not right and this needs further tamping, being able to say the Comeys are behind this, nothing could more quickly rally and intensely rally the MAGA base than the invocation of the name Comey, correct?
Very true. Very true. And, obviously he's already investigating Comey, and that news broke last week.
Yeah.
So it's possible he's setting that up. I also think, though, look, MAGA's not dumb. I know that the left-wing media wants to paint his diehard supporters as just like stupid sycophants.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to chase any bone he throws. I really think that, especially on Epstein, they really want genuine answers. It's going to go beyond like they can easily be appeased with a Comey scalp. I think they need to disclose a lot more information, and I think there is a lot more information. I am not of the belief that there's nothing that can be disclosed, because you look at the two reporters who have covered this case more than any other, and that is Vicky Ward and Julie K. Brown, the latter of the Miami Herald. Vicky's been with Vanity Fair for a number of years and has published for many different outlets since. And they both say, yes, there is and would be a ton of information. Look back at when Epstein got that sweetheart deal in 2007, crossing over to 2008, when it was all put to bed. At that time, the government alleged in pleadings that it knew of 30 victims, which is probably way low. That was 30. Now they say it's 1,000. We know the names of like a few, maybe 5. It's ridiculous. And we know the names of maybe 5 men who might have been caught up in the Epstein circle. On its face, we haven't been told the full truth about what's gone on. Not to mention, where's the full investigation and reveal on Les Wexner, the guy who owned The Limited and Victoria's Secret, whose money seems to have funded Jeffrey Epstein's exorbitant townhome. It wasn't a townhome, it was a huge mansion in Manhattan, among other things. There's just a lot of very big names that we haven't heard the full story on. And okay, maybe we'll never get it, but you cannot tell me there aren't documents, FBI documents, court documents that delve more deeply into these people that are producible. And by the way, Epstein's dead. That's another thing. So it's like he's not defamable. Like, things about him should obviously be returned. Things about the accusers. Okay, if they're underage when they make the accusation, that's one thing. But adult accusers, there are some court documents that would protect them, but not all of them. So I am of the belief that there is more to be released. And I think MAGA is not going to chase the, James Comey bone without demanding to see the documents. I'll put one asterisk on it. If you're a true conspiracy theorist, and I don't use that term for the Epstein, people who want answers about Epstein, but there's some faction in there that are just conspiracy theorists, you're never satisfied. And it is true that no matter what gets released, they will always believe that there's more that's being hidden, and they will never accept that there wasn't a pedophile ring that's being covered up by the government. And so Trump's up against that too, in large part because a lot of the people he has around him in the administration fanned those flames for many years.
Right. Okay, so talking about disclosure, Lara Trump said yes, there should be and there will be more disclosure. The president, even this week, as he's been attacking his supporters and demanding people stop covering the story, talking about it, has said also like proper disclosure should happen. Charlie Kirk and others have made good recommendations, very specific. These are the steps you should take. Is it your understanding that's underway? And if so, shouldn't they let people know it's coming, or did they not plan to actually disclose?
Here's all we've heard. Lara Trump said more is coming, and Trump said Pam Bondi should disclose anything that's properly disclosable.
Yeah.
That's not confidential, that's not protected. Well, Pam Bondi's already said she's disclosed everything that's disclosable. So, and then, President Trump, while saying she should disclose anything that's disclosable, said everyone's a loser who has questions about this case. You're a former supporter, you're a bad person.
Right. So is more coming or not?
I don't know. I don't know. I will tell you this. My sources inside the government say that the reason Dan Bongino stayed is because he was made a promise that something more is going to happen, that she's either going to disclose more or she's going to, give an interview, hold a press conference. But I have other people who say she's not going to give a interview or a press conference because she can't do it. She's not capable.